Ciao legends, thanks for joining me. This is the Rolex Submariner Date 126610 LV and I got it in 59 days. 5 years trying to get the Pepsi, almost 2 months for the sub. I did things differently this time and that's what this video is about. To understand why this matters, you need to know where everything started. I'm one of those people who had what I call the Rolex Trident on their wish list since they were a kid. GMT, Sub, Daytona, in that specific order. I even held off on buying my first mechanic piece because I wanted it to be the Pepsi. How naive of me. In all my innocence I thought, I saved up, now I can go and get it. Well, that changed the very first time I walked into a Rolex ID, right in the middle of the price craze in early 2021. I had no idea how the luxury watch industry actually worked. I just had a dream to fulfill. Fast forward 5 years, dozens of IDs and countless conversations. And through all of those discussions, it became increasingly clear. The Pepsi on Jubilee was never gonna happen, especially from last October when people started telling me that it would likely be discontinued. So a couple of months ago, I decided to shift my focus to the sub, green bezel, and this time I changed my approach. I'm not gonna give you a step-by-step playbook. That can be a topic for another video, but here's the framework. One authorized dealer, one sales associate, full commitment. I'd been spreading myself across 4 IDs. I stopped and told myself, this is ridiculous. This time, I picked one relationship and invested in it properly. I have a few personal guidelines when it comes to buying watches. One of them is only ever acquiring pieces I truly love, no matter the game I'm playing. On the same day I registered my interest for the sub, I wiped the rest of the interest list and made a purchase. While the timing was tactical, this was a watch I'd been drooling over for almost 9 months. Something I genuinely wanted regardless of the sub outcome. But I was also very explicit with my SA. I told him straight, my next watch is the Submariner. I don't care if it takes months or years. Until that happens, I won't be making any other purchases. Not as a threat, just to ensure clarity. And I think that matters more than most people realize when it comes to these relationships. Now I had a purchase history of about 5k USD. I haven't featured that one yet, but it's coming soon to the channel. 59 days later, my SA called and he said, we've been approved for the Submariner Date. I double checked green bezel and he confirmed and I couldn't believe it. And he also couldn't believe it. I know people who've been waiting on this exact configuration for years. A lot of content creators are saying it's getting easier to get high tier Rolex, but from what I hear from collectors and IDs here in Australia, that's not the case. What's the situation where you are? Let me know in the comments. And if you're enjoying this, hit subscribe, it helps the channel heaps. I bet most of you know all of these by heart, but here's a quick reminder of the specs, just in case someone new to watches is tuning in. 41mm oyster case in oyster steel, 12.5mm thick, caliber 32-35 inside, COSC and superlative Rolex certified, 70-hour power reserve, 300 meters water resistant, unidirectional 120 click, 60 minutes bezel with Cerachrome insert in green ceramic, numerals and graduations coated in platinum, black lacquer dial, white gold indices and Mercedes hands filled with chromalite, blue luminescence, Date A3 with the Cyclops lens, oyster bracelet, 3-piece solid links, oyster lock clasp with glide lock system for quick sizing, priced at 11,900 USD or 19,850 AUD. On the wrist, well, it's big. That's what she said! It's meant to be big, but the lug-to-lug is really well sized, making the overall case quite contained. I've learned that each watch has its own wearability and you can't rely purely on the diameter. A recent example is when I tried the new Omega Planet Ocean while I was researching for other divers. Stunning watch that definitely wears smaller than a true 42mm. The green bezel looks different in every light. Indoors, it usually takes on a grey shade. In the direct sun, it's properly green. The dial is perfect, clean, zero distractions. You'd never struggle to read this. I know some people feel the true sub should be the no date version as it aligns with the first gen, but I personally fell in love with this configuration. The longer clasp makes the bracelet slightly heavier than your standard oyster bracelet, but I kind of like that. The glide lock is really useful and definitely a step up from the Easy Link system that you normally find in other Rolex models. The movement 32-35 is well proven, smooth, reliable, great power reserve. The quick set date is a real convenience too, peace of mind not having to think about Look, I see the Rolex game, I know exactly what it is, and I'm playing it willingly. Is it for everyone? Absolutely not. Some people find the whole AD relationship thing distasteful, and I get it. It's a valid position. But what am I supposed to do? I've been in love with these watches since I was a kid. I'm not going to apologize for going after what I want through the channels that exist. The failed attempt with the Pepsi taught me how the game works. The Sub taught me how to win it. 1 down, 2 to go. Well, the Pepsi is discontinued, and that opens up a whole other conversation. Do I let the dream go? After all, I do have a GMT that makes me smile every time I wear it. Do I explore the grey market, which is something I've been avoiding for in-production references? Or do I hold out? My instinct says it won't be gone from the catalog forever. And if Rolex comes back with a new GMT Master, new movement, thinner profile, display case back, can you imagine? I mean, can you actually imagine? That would probably mean another 5 years of me telling my wife how much I want the Pepsi in my collection. What do you think of the Sub, and what watch are you pursuing at the moment? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear all about it. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers!